Today on Karamo, Lex is here today and extremely emotional.
I always felt like it didn't make any sense.
She's about to meet her mother for the first time in person. This is your first time meeting face to face.
And that hurts.
I know, baby.
Because you didn't have to do me like that.
I did.
And meet her sister for the first time in person.
That's still my mother at the end of the day.
No.
You didn't know where I was.
You didn't know where I was.
And she wants to know why, out of all her mother's children, she's just saying, why didn't y'all look for me? She was the only child who had no connection to her family.
You didn't even know where I was. You didn't even care.
Please give me another chance.
And that's not all.
He was there.
She's lying.
Because Lex also needs to know the outcome of a DNA test.
I didn't even know you was giving her to anybody.
Are you crazy?
And find out whether or not this man, Lex, are you ready for this? Is her real father. Welcome to Karamo, friends. My next guest, Lex, is about to meet her mother for the very first time face to face, and is hoping to get answers to some very painful questions. You see, her mom, Chrissy, spent a good part of her life addicted to hard drugs, and in that time gave birth to 16 children. One of them is 27-year-old Lex. Please welcome Lex to the show. Hi. Aren't you beautiful?
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Nice
How
to
are
meet you.
you?
I'm good, Lex. So there's actually two reasons that you're here today. What's the first one?
The first is to get answers from my mom, for her to hold herself accountable for basically abandoning me when I was a baby.
Yeah. And what is the second one?
And the second one is to see if my dad is really my dad after all this time.
Wow. So you're here to first meet your mother for the first time and for a DNA test to find out if this man is your real biological father.
Yes.
Wow, so there's a lot at stake for you here today.
A lot is an understatement. This is
Yeah.
my life.
So let's go back to how you grew up.
I was raised by a lady who was very loving.
You're adorable.
She definitely made sure that I had everything growing up. I didn't have to worry about anything. We went on trips. The family was family-oriented. I was well-loved growing up.
Good. How did you find out that you were adopted?
Actually, when I was 12, she left her papers out on the bed.
That's your adopted mother?
Yeah, my adopted mother. She left her papers out on the bed. You know, I'm 12, I'm nosy. So I go through the
42
papers.
and I'm still nosy.
I go through the papers, and my name is all over them. Growing up, I had some family members that would say things like, you're not really our family anyway, so it doesn't really matter, you know, different things like that.
Wow.
When I found those papers, one of the papers in there was a handwritten letter.
And what did you learn from that letter?
Basically, it was my mom writing to my adoptive mom that she can have me. It really wasn't, it was a short letter, basically the size of a sticky note. And she basically was writing on there saying, yeah, you can have her and I give up all my rights. There was a birth certificate or vital records paper in there as well. It had all her information on it and it had my information on it.
How did this affect you getting that?
It really destroyed my childhood. Even with my adoptive mom, she kind of took a left turn with that because I wasn't supposed to know, and I think it hurt her more how I found out than what it was really about.
Yeah.
But I was definitely a good, happy child, and that turned me into a real mean, angry, hateful, don't care, disrespectful, didn't matter.
Makes sense, makes sense. I mean, as children, we process information the best we can with the tools we have, and a lot of times you don't have the many tools. So how did you actually, after that time, go try to find your biological family?
I did. When I was 12, after I went through the papers and everything, I went on MySpace and I typed in her name. I found a page. It didn't have her name on it, it had another name on it. And I took it to my adoptive mom and I was like, is this her? She immediately said no. It raised red flags for me because I look just like her.
Yeah.
So it was like, but I look like her though. But I trust that you're not gonna lie to me, so it's not her.
Yeah.
So I kept looking. When I turned 15, something just told me like, go a different route. If I'm not mistaken, I think Catfish was out at the time like that, so you can go online and search for people's information. Now, I didn't know you had to pay for it at the time, but I went and I searched her information, and her information came up, but it really wasn't any contact information. My name wasn't tied to her. My 16 other siblings weren't tied to her. Nobody was tied to her but like her married family.
Yeah.
So I reached out to, at the time I didn't know who she was, but she was her cousin. And I said, hey, I'm who I am. My mom's name is this. I've adopted. I don't really know what's going on. I just know I'm looking for y'all. If you can tell her to call me, or if you can call me something. I gave her my contact information, all that.
Yeah.
She actually called me that same night. And then she got me in contact with my mom.
So what happened when you first talked to Chrissy?
When I first talked to her, she basically was like, so what do you want to know?
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh my God, I've been looking for you. I missed you. I love you. How's life been? Is life great? Where are you? What do you want to know?
Yeah.
Are you going to ask me something? Go ahead and ask me so I can get it over with so we can move on to the next topic, because I really don't want to do this with you.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't the fairy tale beginning that I thought that I would get.
You assume, like, I
her.
haven't talked to my mother forever. I've searched you out like she's going to be a certain way when she gets on the phone.
Yeah.
Why did she say she wasn't on that? Why did she say she acted that way? Have you ever talked to her about that?
I didn't ask her. I kind of just started cussing everybody out. Then we stopped talking for a long time.
Okay. Why do you was that why you call Chrissy a ghost?
She's a ghost because you see her when she wants to be seen. And usually it's rare.
Do you think Chrissy has favorites?
For sure. For sure. I don't know facts. I just know from what I heard. She kept a couple of my siblings close to her. I'm pretty sure it's for various reasons, but in my opinion, it's favoritism.
Got it.
Yeah.
And so you've never met her?
No.
Not once in person?
No.
So this was at 15 when you contacted her. How old are you now?
I'm 27.
Wow, so this has been quite some time, over a decade.
I've talked to her on video chat, on the phone every now and then. We might text. But as far as in person, no. We've been pretty close as far as our, like, where we lived at as far as states. So we've had the chance. But personally, if you're the parent, you should take the first step. I shouldn't have to do all this.
Got it.
So.
Before we keep going further, I want to ask you, how's your anger feeling today? How's your anger today?
I don't even know. As far as emotion, I can tell you I feel every emotion through the book right now.
In your personal life, how is your emotions? Like when you get into situations with people you're dating or anything?
When it comes to dating, I usually am in relationships way longer than I should because I don't want to be alone. I've never not been in a relationship.
Serial monogamous.
Yeah.
Are most of them healthy or not healthy?
Usually they're not healthy because when they get to the point where they're overdue, sometimes I find myself like begging for it to like keep going or like doing things to make sure it keeps going.
Got it. I understand.
So yeah.
I just need the context if I'm going to help. So what do you want from Chrissy today?
Accountability, for sure. Because there's no way after all this time that you still won't hold yourself accountable. And I feel like a lot of people mix up accountability with being defensive. You don't have, if it's facts, then you should be held accountable for it. If it's not facts, then okay, defend yourself, but don't mix the two.
Yeah, I get that. Well, Lex, are you ready to meet your mother for the first time face to face? Lex is about to meet her mother for the first time in person. This is your first time meeting face to face.
Yes.
And that hurts.
I know, baby.
Because you didn't have to do me like that.
I didn't.
And you won't believe how this emotional situation plays out.
You didn't even know where I was. You didn't even care.
Please give me another chance.
There's actually two reasons that you're here today.
The first is to get answers from my mom for basically abandoning me. And the second one is to see if my dad is really my dad.
Are you ready to meet your mother for the first time face to face?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
You're nervous?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
I can imagine. All right, Lex has a lot of questions for her long-lost mother, Chrissy, and Chrissy has come prepared to answer all of them. Everyone, please welcome Chrissy to the show.
you so much. I'm sorry.
Chrissy, thank you for being here. Here you go.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so this is your first time meeting face to face.
Yes.
What is this moment like for you?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. She's beautiful. She looks like me.
So why didn't you meet her before today?
I was going down the wrong path. No, not going. I went down the wrong path. I got hooked up to the wrong people, thought they was there for me, and they really wasn't. They was just there to take me down with them.
Yeah. And how bad was your addiction for the first part of your life?
Oh, it was horrible.
It was horrible?
It was horrible. It was new to me, and so much. I had so much introduced to me that, you know, I was young.
How old were you when you got addicted? When you started using?
I would say 18.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're still a baby.
Yeah. Yeah. I had no directions.
Got it, got it. Who was the first person who introduced you to drugs?
It's a friend of mine.
Friend of yours. Are you still friends with them too?
No.
Yeah. I was just wondering. At this moment, you're clean, I've heard.
Oh, yes, I've been clean for 9 months.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes, I completed the program, and I have not been high since, and I don't even think about it.
Good. So take me back to what happened when you started having children.
Wow. I had 3 of my boys. I had 2 jobs. I was pregnant. I had my own place. I was doing good. Then I had a couple family members come over. So that turned into a disaster because they took my rent money for my food, and I got evicted. I had a friend tell me that, okay, there's a place called DIFUS you can place your kids. And
For anybody who doesn't know, DIFUS is what they used to call CPS.
Right, Child
Protective Services.
So I took her word for it. I did.
Did you do your research?
No, I just took her word for it. I was young.
Did she do that same thing to her kids?
No, she did not.
So why would you do it without researching it?
I was
So
young.
I'm confused. What did she say to you? She said,
I know a place where you could take your kids and they'll help you get on your feet. I did everything they asked me to do. And they came over, instead of saying, okay, everything, we gonna help you out with this and this since you went this far, they actually just kept coming up with stuff.
were you still on drugs at the time?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
But you said you started at 18, so
Yeah, but I started at 18. There's time periods where I wasn't getting high.
but why not try a family member instead of the system?
No, I didn't have a family member to help me. They wasn't there for me.
Who was around you that time? Was your mother around you? Your father?
Oh no, my mother been dead since 1978.
And your father? Was he around?
I never knew him.
Do you have any siblings?
Oh yes, I do.
Are you the oldest, youngest?
No, I'm in the middle.
In the middle. How many of your 16 kids have you been in contact with?
Recently or
In general.
just
In general.
okay. In general, it was 2.
Okay.
Contact, like communication?
Yeah, it was just Marquita and my daughter.
Okay.
That was it.
Lex, what are you thinking about all this stuff you're hearing?
I feel like there's always other options, and I feel like going with the system first didn't make sense, especially if you saying you weren't on drugs at the time.
No, it really did make sense.
Because all 16 of your children went to DIFUS or CPS.
Oh, no.
No, not all of
Oh,
them.
no,
Not all?
not me. Not me.
Yes.
I was given to a stranger, like, hand-me-downs to a Goodwill donation box. And that hurts.
I know, baby.
Because you didn't have to do me like that.
I did.
You didn't have to do me like that, Mom.
so sorry.
For real, like, you just gave me to a stranger, and I had to find y'all, and everybody else was close. And I always felt like it didn't make any sense why I wasn't good enough to even go to the system. Even if I went to the system, at least They make it so you know where I'm at. You didn't even know where I was. You didn't even care.
Oh, I care.
No, you couldn't have.
I care.
You couldn't have. We lived in the same state probably for 10 years of my life, if not at least half, 5 years of my life. We always lived around the same area. You always was in the same circles as the family that you gave me to. So there was no excuse. Everybody knew where I was. You knew where I was. My dad knew where I was. Y'all knew. Y'all knew. What happened?
I can't.
Is there anything Lex's mother can say to ease her pain?
Please give me another chance.
And that's not all.
He was there.
She's lying.
Because Lex still needs to find out whether or not this man
I didn't even know you was giving her to anybody.
Are you crazy?
is her real father. Do you want a seat on my couch? Well, text guest at 22854. Why didn't you meet her before today?
I was going down the wrong path.
How old were you when you started using?
I'm gonna say 18.
I was given to a stranger like hand-me-downs to a Goodwill donation box. You didn't even know where I was.
So the person that you ended up living with, so it didn't go through the adoption agency. This is someone you just met on the street?
Oh, no.
Who is
no.
this person?
It was a friend of mine.
How did that go about? I'm just trying to understand.
There's I can't,
You gotta,
there's no excuse.
it's not about the excuse. What happened? How did I end up with them? Just
Because
randomly.
I felt like I wasn't doing good at all. The last thing I wanted to see my kids is go through this thing I went through.
I hear you.
So why not give me to whoever you gave the other ones to? I'm like in the middle.
Listen. The other ones are way older than you too.
But I'm also in the middle. So there's some that are like right before me, and then there's some that are like
Listen,
10
I was
years older than me.
But by the time it got to you, I was not dealing with diapers anymore.
Okay, but what about a family member? Some of my siblings went to family members, or like the family of the dad or something. Something. Not just a stranger.
At the time,
That makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. But at the time, I was on drugs heavy. I couldn't even help my damn self.
So why keep having kids?
I didn't believe in abortion.
And I don't believe in abortions either,
I'm not-
but I also
I'm not getting
know
rid of my
if I-
kids.
But you did.
No.
It's the equivalent. You aborting us, in my opinion, is the same thing as you giving me to a stranger because you didn't know.
You felt like it was a stranger because you didn't know him.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But
Right.
in reality,
How
it
old
still was a
how
stranger.
old was Lex when you gave her to this person?
She was 1 year old.
So she's a baby.
I heard younger.
No, you was 1 year old.
I heard younger.
She was
And
one.
this is the same woman that ended up raising you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And you said before you found out you had a pretty good childhood.
Yeah, I
with
had
this
a
woman.
really good childhood. She made sure I had everything. I didn't want for nothing at all. Even she had kids, but because she was so older, her kids were already grown with kids and stuff like that. They considered me their sibling. I never felt like I wasn't family until I went around outside family members
Outside,
who
I
was
get it.
like, yeah, well, you're not even related to us.
Yeah. So what else do you want to say to your mom?
I just want to know why, and like why'd you go the direction with me, and then after me you went back the direction you went before me?
My life was a roller coaster. So
Mine was too.
That's how I was right. I had no guidance. Nobody tell me that's wrong, this wrong. The only thing they would show me was the bad thing.
But you gotta break the cycle.
I broke the cycle. I've been 9 months through it. I started 9 months ago. And I promise you, I'm not going back. But if you give me a chance, another chance to be in your life like I'm supposed to, I know a little older, but if you please give me another chance. Please.
Are you afraid to give your mother a chance because of false promises from the past?
Yeah.
What false promises did she make to you in the past?
When I first met them and found them and everything, her and my aunt was like, oh, we're gonna fly you out here. We're gonna do this. You know, the fairy tale ending that I wanted. None of that happened. Communication stopped completely. Don't get me wrong, I was disrespectful, but I didn't care. I didn't care. I didn't feel like I needed to respect anyone. I'm 27 years old. I got kids.
Yeah.
Don't even know her.
Yeah.
I talk to her on the phone and they be like, who is that? And I'd be like, it's my mom. They be like, is it your real mom? Like, my kids are young.
Yeah.
So like them asking questions like that is like, well, damn, did I fail them in a way? Cause they know that, you know, I have a real mom and a real dad, but where are they? Like, I can't give them no answer.
When she contacted you, gave those false promises, were you in and out of drugs?
Yes. And at the time that the promises was made to her, they were made by my sister.
But you was co-signing though.
Oh yeah, cause I'm trusting in her too.
But it seemed like she was going harder than you was.
Yeah, she was, cause she had it like that. I did.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what she
I didn't
had.
have-
I was your child. You could have had a grain of salt. It wouldn't have mattered to me.
My mental health wasn't there. And I'm working on that now.
Your other 15 siblings, have you ever met them?
I've met like 4.
And what was that like when you met them?
It was real good. It was genuine. I feel like going through all this, I'm really not affectionate. I didn't hug them when I first met them or nothing.
Yeah, I get
It was just like, hey, like I hugged one of my brothers, but I felt more of the emotion coming off him than me because I ain't really know.
Shut off. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lex, well, you're about to meet your sister Marquita for the first time. Do you have a relationship with her?
We have a relationship. It is what it is sometimes. You know, that's my sister. I done cussed her out a few times. She done blocked me.
So you've talked on the phone?
Yeah,
but
we've
you've
talked
never
on
met
the
her
phone.
in person?
Mm-mm. We video chat.
Yeah. Chrissy, do you have a relationship with Marquita?
Yes, I do.
That's her favorite.
Why does she think
yes, I
that's
do.
your favorite?
I don't have a favorite at all.
That's her favorite.
I
She
don't
kept
have
her
a favorite.
close.
Did you keep her close?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So what you said that you curse at Marquita. Why do you curse at Marquita?
Cause she's bitter.
Yeah, I'm bitter.
She's
I
bitter.
cussed out pretty much everybody within the first year of meeting them. It just felt like I was being brushed under the rug, like, okay, you're just one of the many. But I'm not though, because everybody had some sort of something on someone. I was the only one that everybody was like, I don't know where she at.
Lex is about to meet one of her sisters for the first time in person.
It's still my mother at the end of the day. No.
You didn't know where I was. You
Yeah,
didn't know where I was.
And everyone's true feelings, she's just saying, why didn't y'all look for me, are about to come out.
You are the Five. Get off my stage.
It didn't go through the adoption agency. This is someone you just met on the street?
Oh no, there's no excuse.
It's not about the excuse. What happened? How did I end up with them?
I wasn't doing good at all. The last thing I wanted to see my kids is go through this thing I went through.
Your other 15 siblings, have you ever met them?
I've met like 4.
Well, you're about to meet your sister Marquita for the first time. It's time for you to meet your sister face to face. So everyone, please welcome Marquita to the show. Marquita, come on out.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Mom.
How you? Good. Good. You okay?
Yeah.
Marquita, welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you come. So thanks for being here. Why do you argue with your sister? Because I know y'all didn't grow up together, so what's going on?
My sister very aggressive, first of all.
Yeah.
And if she aggressive, I'm aggressive. It's like, I don't hate her or nothing. I like the aggressiveness because that's how I came up, real aggressive, so.
Yeah.
It don't really affect me like that. she be getting mad at me because I be laughing at her. I like that though. Like I ain't really
It's
like.
not bothering you.
You feel
Got
me?
it. Are you close with the other siblings?
I always try to have a relationship with everybody. It's just we all over the place to the point we can't even really like mesh together like that. It's too much going on.
Why do you think your sister is disrespectful to Chrissy?
She's disrespectful to her because first off, my mother wasn't a mother. You feel me? I can't be mad
I
at
just
her.
want to know how I'm disrespectful to her.
I mean, you express your feelings how you going to express them because you able to feel how you want to feel.
Yeah.
I mean, you angry, you upset, you sad, and if it's coming out the wrong way, it is what it is. But
Well, I wouldn't call it
it
disrespect,
would
though.
be disrespectful only because that's your mother. You feel me? Everybody say you only got one mom.
Yeah.
But you're not being disrespectful in my eyes because I feel as though you feel the way how you want to feel. And she got to accept that regardless.
When a mom's not being a mom, I'm not going to treat you like that.
You don't got to treat her like a mother. I ain't have her fully all the way there neither. Like,
What was your relationship like?
My mother had me and then she didn't have me. Like, I done lived with so many different people. I've been having my mother whip me and snatched away from me over and over. I done seen my mother tell me she gonna kill herself. I know she felt some type of way because she kept me around. And I feel like I understand that because I always wanted to be with my mother, period. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't care how I was. That's why I always stayed under my mother and I ain't care how she was. People would talk about her and make me mad. I'd be ready to fight everybody, all that, because I only wanted to be my mother.
It just didn't make sense that she gave you the chance and she didn't give us the chance.
A lot of people I stay with, they ain't treat me like they child. You feel me?
Yeah.
They treat me differently, like, and they always say you act like your mother, you talk like your mother, all that. I know I do, and I ain't about to change because of that, because that's still my mother at the end of the day, like, and you ain't about to change me because you don't like her.
How old are you?
31.
You're 31?
Yeah.
So definitely, you understand why your sister feels the
Yes.
anger she feels. What are you hoping for this relationship?
I just want her to give my mother a shot, you feel me? Our mother a shot, you feel me? Because my mother is, even though she breaking down right now, she got a good personality. She crazy, she spontaneous. She curse you out and play with you at the same time. My mother being around, she changed a lot. And I feel like she really could benefit and help her and like get her back to where she needs to be mentally. Like, my
Lex,
mother
you
can't-
hear your sister saying she wants to have a relationship. What would it take for you to have a relationship with your mother?
It's been so long that the only way for it to like work, and I understand that it's genuine and stuff like that, we would have to be a little bit more closer as far as like maybe location or like once, twice a month. I go
It sounds
there,
like
she
to me
come
you
in.
need some more answers. You're looking for answers. What is the main answer you're looking for? Because I heard you say it over and over again, but I want to see if you're clear about it.
I don't know, honestly.
Because that's what's blocking any relationship you're going to have with your mother.
I just don't know why I was different.
Everyone's true feelings are about to come out.
You didn't know where I was. You didn't
I
know where I was.
And that's not all.
He was there.
She's lying.
Because Lex still needs to find out whether or not this man
I didn't even know you was giving her to anybody.
Are you crazy?
is her real father. Why do you argue with your sister?
My sister very aggressive, first of all.
Yeah.
My mother wasn't a mother.
What was your relationship like?
I done lived with so many different people. I've been having my mother whip me and snatched away from me.
You understand why your sister feels
Yes.
the anger she feels. What are you hoping for this relationship?
I just want her to give my mother a shot.
What is the main answer you're looking for?
I just don't know why I was different.
I feel as though she wasn't different though, because
But you feel that way, and she kept you close, and she
But
sent me with some random
I'm not
people.
looking at my situation, sis. I'm looking at all y'all.
No,
you're not
you're
the
not.
only one.
I'm the only one.
You're not the only one that been given away though, sis. You can't.
It's not
You
about
feel
how
me?
I was given away. It's
But
about.
don't make it seem like anybody else's life is
I'm not.
way
I'm
better.
not taking away from none
feel
of my
me?
other siblings.
Cause we all been taught.
I'm
It's
not
16
taking
to
away
us
from
though.
none of y'all. What I'm saying
Don't make it
is.
seem, but you keep
See, but
saying
that's your
everybody
problem.
else though. That's like,
because everybody else was kept
not
close in
better
some
than
sort
us.
of way. In some sort of way, you could reach out and touch them.
No.
You didn't know where I was.
I can only reach
You
out.
didn't know where I
I was
was.
the only one that met you.
You didn't know where I was. I found y'all. Y'all
Yeah,
wasn't looking for me.
I'm
Y'all
looking for
wasn't
somebody,
looking for me.
I don't even know where you at.
Exactly.
So what
she
you
didn't.
talking
She
about?
couldn't even tell you
That's
where
on
I was
her.
at.
That's not me though. You
But
can't get mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad that you like to downplay my.
I'm
as
not
if-
downplaying. That's
I'm
the thing.
downplaying everybody else's
You-
stuff, and
that-
all I'm
but you
saying is
is, though.
I'm different because
You
I'm
is,
separate.
though.
Your mother, because that's what you like to do. My mother, your mother.
I'm just
'Cause
used
I
to
am
my
my mother.
mother because
That's cool.
you ain't been around
That-
all my other siblings around. I'm used to
Exactly,
saying
I
that.
haven't been around.
So
You really proving
you
my
can't
point
get
right
upset.
now. You really
If
proving
I'm
my
saying
point
my
right
mother
now.
is an accident,
You really proving my
I'm
point right
always
now.
by
Everybody
myself.
else
Hear
has
me
been
out.
around,
Like,
and I'm not around.
hear me
I'm not
out.
downplaying nobody else's story. I'm just saying, I found y'all. I went looking for y'all, and can't nobody say that they was looking for me. And if they could
Ain't
say
nobody
that,
on here saying that.
that's what. I
Lex,
didn't say that
Lex,
y'all
hold on.
was.
Lex, I hear you.
Like, that's
'Cause I hear you.
crazy.
I've been taking
That's
notes and I hear you.
crazy.
Your question is, why was it me that was given away this way? And why was it, but that question is
You
a
didn't
bigger.
even do it legally.
But the question
you did it
is,
illegally to where
but
if when she
but the
changed my
bigger
name, you
question-
couldn't even find
But
me.
the bigger question
That's
is,
crazy.
why didn't you look for me?
Why?
So listen, she's just saying, why didn't y'all look for me? Y'all put me in a place where none of y'all could even find me. And that is hurting her because that's
And
a
I
deeper
understand
level.
that.
I know you do. I know you do. But there's a deeper level of abandonment. There's a deeper level of abandonment. And so what happens is that when y'all two have the conversation, you're saying from your pain, like listen, I didn't have it either. I didn't have it either. But what she's saying to y'all is,
I would have wanted what you had, even if it was bad. I don't care. You
I know,
still had
and
reach of her.
It's crazy in our minds when someone sees our side is greener, and it's like you wouldn't have wanted what I had either. But what she wanted was to know that somebody was searching for me, that I was important enough to know that somebody cared and was looking for
But
me.
it was messed up that we all wasn't together. I feel as
know,
though we
I
all
know.
was together,
So,
brothers and sisters.
Chrissy,
It'd have been a
Chrissy,
lot better for
the
us.
The person
like,
that can handle that now, who's in a clearer mind, is you. Your daughter is telling you that I needed you to search for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then what has happened is that every time you made a false promise, every time you didn't show up because you were on drugs, I
Mm-hmm.
understand why. It only reaffirmed that nobody cares about me, no one's gonna search for me, no one's gonna be there for me. Can you assure your daughter now that you're clearer in mind, that
Yes.
you're gonna do the work to search for her, to make her know she's important enough for you to look for her, for you to go to her, for you to find her? She needs to hear that from you.
I just want her to give me a chance.
But she
Just
can't,
ask for
she
that
can't
chance.
give you a chance until she hears that you're going to give her a chance by searching for her.
Oh, absolutely.
But she needs to hear that from you.
I'm never leaving your life again.
Tell her you're going to show up for her.
Oh,
You're
yeah, I'm
gonna
definitely
look for
going
her.
to
You're
show up.
gonna
I'm
call,
going to
you're
show
gonna
up.
reach out.
Let me just
I
say
know
this.
this is hard for you to receive.
I'm so angry.
I know.
I'm so angry. I'm so angry.
Can Lex find a way to forgive her mother? You gotta start to release the anger right now. That anger has nothing to do with you. Your mother was in a cloud. And that's not all.
He was there.
She's lying.
Because Lex still needs to find out whether or not this man
I didn't even know you was giving her to anybody.
Are you crazy?
is her real father.
You are the father. Get off my stage.
Everybody else was kept
not.
close in
Better
some
than
sort
us.
of way. In some sort of way, you could reach out and touch them.
No.
You didn't know where I was.
I can only reach
You
out.
didn't
I
know
was
where
the-
I
I was
was. I would have wanted what you had, even if it was bad.
I just want her to give me a chance. Let me just
I
say
know
this.
this is hard for you to receive.
Because I'm so angry.
No, you gotta start to release the anger right now. You gotta start. And I know it's been eating you up for years. Why y'all didn't want me? Why did y'all not search for me? Why did I have this life? But the thing is that this life is not because of you. That anger has nothing to do with you. Your mother was in a cloud. And you're looking for a clear path when it was cloudy. You ever been on a road that's foggy? You can't see
Not
ahead
my
of you.
road.
That was her road. And so you have an anger inside of you. You gotta release now because it's eating you inside.
How? No.
You get through it though, sis.
I hear her.
I know. The way you release it is listen to your mother and say, I'll give you a chance to see me, to love me. I'll give you a chance. Because part of the anger is you're like, you don't trust it.
I don't. It's
too
scary. I feel like I'm a kid all over
know.
again and I'm grown.
But you gotta get, it's okay that you feel like a kid because your mother and your sister sit next to you. It's okay. But you gotta give her a chance to show you she's gonna show up for you. You gotta give her a chance. Talk to your daughter, grab your mother's hand.
Ma, you gotta do better.
Okay.
You gotta do better.
And I will.
I'm willing to do whatever, but you just gotta be consistent.
She's asking for it.
I will do that.
You just gotta be consistent. I just need to know if I need to call my mama, that I can call her.
Absolutely.
She's gonna
And
see
she's
you.
gonna come.
Yep.
This
I'm
is
gonna be there for you. I'm never leaving. You look just like me. You're my twin. She's my twin. Y'all was my twins. I got you.
Listen, you got to just show her now, because the thing is that she's showing you that she'll get a chance to give up the anger, but the anger is going to be based on if you can show up for her. That's all she's been screaming this entire time. I want y'all to look for me. I want y'all to search for me. I want to know that I'm important enough for y'all to want to look for me.
Right.
That's what she's been screaming since you walked on the stage.
But
Why?
she can't be guarded up because everybody not gonna take it. Like,
But the thing is
feel
that
me?
she can though.
But
And
I'm
you
talking-
hold
I'm
on.
not talking
Hear
about
me out.
towards
Hear me
her, I'm
out.
talking
No,
about
no.
with the
I know to
siblings,
everybody
you
else.
feel me?
No, hear me out.
I'm like that with y'all because we all have our
Trauma.
own different things
let
we
me-
went through with her,
Yeah.
and everybody
Let me
sees
tell you why she
everybody's
can. Let me tell you
stories
why she can.
differently.
The reason she can, I'm not saying it's right, but the reason she can is because first, her story has to be validated. And when she's doing that, she's just looking for validation of her experience. And so what happens is when we're children of trauma, especially siblings of trauma, you end up saying, well, mine was bad too, instead of just saying, yeah, girl, yours was bad. That's all she wants to hear is like, damn, your stuff was bad. And then the same for you. Your stuff was bad too. Because all of y'all are victims to someone who's in a cloud of drugs, who's trying to be better now.
I'm so sorry.
And so part
I'm
of it is
sorry.
that what happens.
I'm sorry to you. I'm sorry to her. And I'm going on kick to the rest of my kids. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Can Lex truly be brought back into this family?
I wish all my brothers and sisters was around me.
And that's not all.
He was there.
She's lying.
Because Lex also needs to know the outcome of a DNA test
I didn't even know you was giving her to anybody.
Are you crazy?
and find out whether or not this man, Lex, are you ready for this? Is her real father. We are serving up some free tickets at KaramoShow.com. Come be a part of the studio family. All she's been screaming this entire time, I want y'all to look for me. I want y'all to search for me. I want to know that I'm important enough for y'all to want to look for me. And when she's doing that, she's just looking for validation of her experience.
I'm sorry to you. I'm sorry to her. And I'm going on kick to the rest of my kids. I am so sorry.
That apology did something for you.
It's just like it's so many of us. Like,
Yeah.
and I wish all my brothers and sisters was around me.
I know.
I love all my siblings. Like,
Yeah, we ain't got nothing else.
we got us.
We got us.
And
Yeah.
and it's just sad we all ain't grow up together. I don't care if it was all 25, 2,000 us. Like,
In one house.
I'd rather all of it
starving.
be us. Like,
At least we would have been together.
Yeah.
I just
y'all
want
have
all
to-
of us to live in one house or something. Like,
But y'all have that choice now. So I'm gonna tell y'all, as sisters, y'all get to be the leader in this. Of y'all being able to, when you reach out, instead of saying what your story was like and whatever, because I saw y'all doing it here. It's just say, damn, I hear you. Don't compare. Don't try to say yours was bad, yours was worse, mine was this. Y'all both had messed up situations in different ways. And neither of y'all deserved it. And it
Nope.
was neither of y'all's fault.
It was my fault.
And she's making amends. That's why I said you gotta release that anger. Every time you have that anger inside of you, you gotta say, Instead of saying, Mom, I'm pissed, I hate you, like all these things are coming up, and I'm not saying you're doing those things. You have to be able to say to her, Mom, I need you to show up for me. Mom, I need you to tell me that you're gonna be here.
I'm so sorry.
It's not gonna happen overnight.
It's
'cause
not.
I'm so angry.
I'm glad you
still.
know that.
I'm so angry.
I know.
But I'm gonna try.
Good. That's the
Thank
first
you.
step, is trying.
Thank you.
Okay, so there's still more to this story that I just had to get y'all to a place first where we could at least hear each other and see each other there. There's more to this story that we have to get to, which is because you want to confirm your father. You want to know if this man is your father, because your mother, she was using drugs then, and so you're still confused of what's going on. All right, so let's get to that. So tomorrow we will find out if Chris is Lex's biological father. Come back. We've run out of time on today's show, but make sure to tune in tomorrow,
He was there.
She's lying.
because Lex will hear the outcome of a life-changing DNA test,
I didn't even know you was giving her to anybody.
Are you crazy?
which will prove whether or not this man, Lex, are you ready for this, is her real father.